Hello, welcome to Inside Humphreys County. I'm Daryl Mosley. I'm the Executive Director of the Humphreys County Chamber of Commerce. My guest today is actually one of our board members, a lady here who has a business right here on the square, Sabrina Nelson, who is with Sanity Assistance, which is one of my favorite names. I've not ever heard of anything like. Where'd that come from?
Well, I got my degree in psychology.
Ah.
And I've always done bookkeeping and data entry for family members and other jobs that I've done. And you feel like you're going insane sometimes. So I thought, okay, well, fits.
Well, I guess it does. Because explain a little bit about what Sanity Assistance is all about.
It's a virtual assistant where basically we do all the paperwork online. If you need data work done, transcribing, paralegal, medical transcribing, bookkeeping, of course, just anything, pretty much all documents that we can basically send through the cloud back and forth, and we do it all so that way the clients don't have to sit there. They can actually focus on their company instead of worrying so much about the paperwork.
Gotcha. So it's a variety of different types of businesses, but everybody has the same kind of busy work.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you kind of take some of that off of them.
Yeah, administration and secretarial work pretty much. That's what we do.
Wow. And obviously you said you do it online. So, I mean, and you could obviously work for local people, but they don't have to necessarily be local.
No, we actually have a few clients that are out in Las Vegas and in New York City.
Really?
That we deal with. Yep.
Wow. Vegas and New York.
Yes.
And the work's going on right here in downtown Waverly.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this?
We started it in January of 2013 out of the house, but with living way out in Tennessee Ridge, it made it a little difficult, especially doing taxes during tax season.
So do you taxes as well?
Yes.
Wow.
That one's more local. But yeah, instead of having everybody try to drive all the way out there, we thought it would be easier to be downtown local and to get to know more people. It's been years since I've been back here, so.
Well, that's good. Well, other than taxes, I mean, are there other activities that you do that seems to have more of a local client base?
With the chamber, being involved with the chamber and everything has helped me get involved more locally and pretty much just.
But any of the stuff that you do online, you could do locally for folks as well.
Oh, yeah. And what we offer, too, is for local people up to 75 miles. If a lot of people still don't trust the internet with paperwork. So what we do is we offer up to 75 miles. We will travel to pick up the documents and everything and drop them back off so that way they don't have to leave to deliver anything. We do it for them.
Oh, I see. Well, that would truly be a sanity assistant for some people. I've seen
Yes.
some of the workloads because you always seem, the few times I've stopped in your office, you've always had plenty to do, it looks like. So that's
Yes.
a good thing. What gave you the idea to start this kind of business? Because it's I would say a virtual assistant is still a fairly new line of work, but obviously it's very needed. What led you in that direction with a psychology background?
Well, I had thought about doing counseling with my psychology background and everything, but with my husband getting out of the military and becoming disabled, I have to be with him over 12 hours a day. So trying to work with him and trying to work a job where I have to focus more on one-on-one with people, it just wasn't logical. So I started thinking, I had done a lot of research and seen where virtual services are now becoming more popular. And I thought, okay, well, let's see how this works.
Well, that's great because I think you're right. I think you're kind of on the forefront of that, and that because all of us have those, because there's so many people that have the businesses that's one person or two people, but the workload's never going to change. They continue to have the same amount of work and tax requirements and this sort of thing, regardless of the size of the company. And so it's not always feasible for somebody to be able to hire this extra department or this extra person. So you can kind of step in as needed and ease that workload.
And with any virtual assistant company, it actually, I've done research where it shows that some companies, it saves them over 30% in having to pay out hiring people, having to pay taxes, unemployment, everything else. To hire somebody full-time or part-time, being able to hire a virtual assistant, it actually saves them money.
Well, yeah, I can see where it would, because it truly is an as-needed kind of
Yep.
thing. Yeah, and obviously some businesses need more attention, or they have more work than others. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate, getting a chance to get to know you and being a part of the chamber. Sabrina's always helping around here, and we appreciate that so much, because I think one of the things that is unique about you and what makes probably Sanity Assistance work is that you are skilled in so many different areas. I mean, not many people, just does taxes and medical entry, and data entry with a psychology background, and so I think those tools coming together into one individual probably has probably allowed you to be more versatile in what you do over there.
Oh, yeah, and I'm able to be available 24/7. I mean, I have my phones faxed, or transferred to my cell phone if I'm not at the office. If I'm at home, I'm available to work for the client at any point. If they call me at 10, 11 o'clock and say, hey, this just came up, I need this, I'm right there to help them.
Well, I'm sure that's handy too.
Yes.
Well, it's got to be strange too, because you figure in New York, that's Eastern time, they're an hour behind us. Vegas is 1 or 2 hours ahead of us, so
Yep.
or vice versa. So that's got to be an adjustment for you too. So
Oh, yeah.
the mornings start early to you if you have a New York client, and they run a little late if you have a California client. So.
Oh, yeah, it seems like there's some days I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I start working, and I'm still going until about 7, 8 o'clock at night with some of the clients.
Wow. Now, where are you from originally?
Originally, I was born in California. My mom and dad both Air Force. My dad and his family are actually from here. I lived here for a couple of years whenever I was about 4 or 5 years old. And then I moved away with my mom. Been all over the place until after my husband got out of the military, and he fell in love with here, and he wanted a farm. He's from the north, so he just loved it. So whenever he got out, he says, let's go back to where your family is and everything. So that's why we came back here.
Well, it seems to suit you. It seems to suit him. I've met him a few times, and he seems fairly happy here. So
he is. He's very happy.
Great. Well, I appreciate you being here today. This is, it's one of those things where I'm sure there's a number of people who maybe have seen, your logo or seen your business card, and honestly, all the things that you do or can do for somebody, a business card couldn't hold. There's just too many things. So if you get something clerical or bookkeeping wise, and you're just not sure what to do with it, call Sabrina. She can probably take care of it. So.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, and hopefully that there's people watching that will stop in and see you. They're right here on the square.
Yep.
Right across the street from Hole in the Wall.
Yep.
And so you know where she's at, so stop in and see Sabrina Nelson with the Sanity Assistance. She was our guest today on Inside Humphreys County.